Welcome back, all my fellow D-Leaguers, all you big swingers, and all the in-betweeners. My name is Michael. This is D-League BP, and today I want to talk to you about the Green Pitching Machine by Poptoss, my experience with it, what it takes to maintain it, and whether or not the product might be right for you. All right, so before I get into the actual video talking about the Green Pitching Machine by Poptoss, let me ask politely, nicely, begging, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you really like the video and you want to see more content like this, including bat reviews and my journey from being a terrible slow pitch softball hitter to hopefully being something a little bit better than a terrible slow pitch softball hitter, hit the subscribe button for me. Okay, so the Green Pitching Machine by Poptoss, or just Poptoss for short, is a $160 mechanical pitching machine that you can buy directly from the vendor. I'm going to link that website that you see right up here in the description below so that you can find it. It's a simple machine. It has a plunger that you use a bat handle to push down. It locks into place using a system of O-rings, and then there's an air pressure regulator at the bottom. Not an engineer, don't know exactly how it works, but allows you to set the time anywhere from a few seconds to 30 seconds. And then that plunger is going to release. It's going to be shot back up by the spring. It's going to hit the ball. It's going to pop it to you anywhere from 10 to 20 feet, depending on your trajectory and how much arch you want to put on the ball. It operates just like this. All right, so as you can see from the video, when the Poptoss is working properly, it is an amazing little machine that allows you to take batting practice by yourself and get good quality swings at a variety of pitches. If you set the arch low, you can, set it a little farther back, but you get good practice on those nice little flat pitches, those dream pitches sometimes that we get that we want to see in slow pitch softball. You can set it closer, give it more of an arch, and you can, practice when somebody's working the top of the zone. And you can get a lot of quality live action swings that you just can't get if you're hitting off the tee. All right, so let's talk about some of the bad reviews you may have seen if you went to Amazon, you went to purchase one of these Poptoss machines, and then you started clicking through the reviews and you said, "Oh no, I'm not spending that kind of money on this particular machine." Are those reviews accurate, and have I experienced any of those? The answer to that, honestly, is yes and yes. The, it's not a perfect pitch. It's not the perfect pitching machine. It's the Green Pitching Machine by Poptoss. And there are some flaws to this. I'd love to see them take this to like Shark Tank or something, and make this product. There's ways to make this product better, but it's the only thing out there like this. So, is it worth buying? That's the question. What about some of these flaws? What about some of these things here that we see? And some of the flaws that you see could be resolved simply if the people read the directions. I really believe that. If people stopped and read any of the billion pages of directions that they included in the actual with the product, some of these could be avoided. For instance, people complain that, oh, if you hit a ball back up the middle, you're just going to destroy it. It's plastic. Well, of course it is. It's plastic. You're going to destroy the middle. That's why they tell you like a million times in the instructions, put a bucket in front of it. And if you look at the videos that I showed you, there is a bin in front of mine. Regarding some of the other complaints you get, they're legitimate and they do exist. For instance, the ball can fly all over the place off the Poptoss machine. One of the ways to minimize that, though, is to place the ball on the top so that it's not hitting any of the actual seams. If you have an evil BP ball, or just use it as an example, you want to put this part right here so that the plunger comes up and hits it and it strikes it there. That will allow it to pop off the machine and maintain a much more consistent trajectory for you. As far as the machine and its timing and its valves and things of that go, if it comes brand new out of the box, then and it has those issues, read the troubleshooting. It talks about how to reset it and how to go about doing that. If you continue to have problems, I suggest, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, that you just contact the Poptoss people directly and they will help you fix and figure that out. They're great to work with. But if it's after you've used it for a while, there's a good chance that you've put dirt into your Poptoss. It is the enemy of your Poptoss. It is based on air pressure, and there has to be an air seal at the bottom with the O-rings and the chamber that it goes into. And if you get dirt in there, that can't operate properly. So you need to keep it clean. And if you interject dirt into it, there's a good chance that you've also kind of made it so that it's less lubricated. So you need to actually make sure that your machine is taken care of and maintained on a regular basis. I was going to put it in this video, but I don't want it to be too long. So I'm gonna make another video that I'm gonna post up here shortly about how to take apart your Pop Toss machine, how to replace the spring in it, and the kind of maintenance that you need to do on it to make sure that it lasts you and it continues to work as they advertise it to you as consistently as possible. Finally, perhaps the biggest complaint is that the Pop Toss machine itself is top heavy, it's kind of light, and the spring in it is powerful enough that it knocks the Pop Toss all over the place sometimes when you hit. They try to resolve this. Pop Toss themselves, the company, try to resolve this by including in this rubber piece that you put water bottles in. You fill the water bottles with water, or you fill them, I suggest, with sand. And then in the bottom here, these pieces that help set the angle this slides onto, and it's supposed to help weigh it down to keep this Pop Toss from shooting and moving around. It's a good idea. It's not necessarily the best solution. I resolved the problem myself two ways. First, the bin bucket that I bought to hold the balls to protect the Pop Toss. I rest the front of the Pop Toss, as you will see in the video. I rest the front of the Pop Toss right there on the front. And so that gives me an extra point so that it's not too front heavy. It helps put it in place. I wrap a towel around it, and that helps it from sliding side to side, and it kind of keeps it mostly where I want it. The second thing I did was I took a board and I took the angle and I set it and I screwed through and I ran the actual screws through the bottom, and then I placed the pieces here on the bottom along with another. And what it's done is it gives me a little platform. And when I sit this on the ground, I then put a brick on top of it. That brick is heavy, and with the brick sitting on the back and the front sitting on the bin on the bucket, it keeps it very stable, very in place. It gives me consistent pitches over and over again. Now, should I have to do all that after paying $160 for this product? That's arguable, and probably not. I mean, honestly, I'm not that happy that I've had to do that, that I've had to take these kind of steps to get my Pop Toss to work properly. But it's the only thing on the market that I find like this. Everything else requires batteries, it requires power, and they work differently. It's the only thing that operates mechanically like this that you can just take and throw it in a bucket along with everything else, take it out there and use it by yourself without any issues whatsoever. And for that reason, I love my Pop Toss. When it doesn't work properly, I don't love it as much. For instance, the spring right now is worn out. I'm going to show you that, like I said, in another video. We're going to take it out, but it's not shooting properly. It's shooting very, very short, and I'm going to show you a video of that right now. All right, so in this video clip, I'm just going to show you real quick. You see there, I've loaded it. That's how easy it is. You just use the bat head, you push down the plunger, it locks in place. Take a ball, put it on the top, walk back, hit, rinse, repeat. Right here, the setup also, though, as you see it, is how I resolve several issues of stability. I place a bin in the front of it. I place the Pop Toss. I lean it against the actual bin. I wrap a towel around the last little bit of the top of the Pop Toss that's exposed. That keeps it from sliding side to side. And then on the back, I have my board that I showed you. I place a brick on it, and this becomes very stable, and it gives me very, very consistent pitches. However, right now, there's a slight problem with my Pop Toss, which is going to lead to the next video on the Pop Toss that you'll see when I take it apart and replace it, and that's that it's shooting way, way short. The spring. So obviously I wasn't happy that the pitching machine went from tossing 20 feet to not being able to toss 6 feet. It's way too close at that point. It's not useful at all because you don't have enough time in a slow pitch softball to really get that wind up that you need, that long reach connecting position, and then explode to the ball. There's just not enough time to do all that. So the pitching machine is way too close, and it's useless right now to me. I can't. That's why I'm doing a pitching machine review instead of reviewing a new pure Sidewinder, which I would love to do, but I can't. I got to get this working. So I took it apart to see what was wrong with it, and it was dirty. And when I do the next video, I'll give you some tips on how I clean it and how you can clean it. And I also noticed that the spring was bent. So I realized, hey, spring being bent, that's probably a problem. So I was like, this thing has a lifetime warranty. Let's see how good, how useful that warranty is. So I emailed them on a Saturday morning on a holiday weekend here in the MLK weekend. Saturday morning, I didn't expect a response back until Tuesday, for them to even respond back until Tuesday to tell me anything. At the earliest, that's what I expected. Instead, I got a response a couple hours later that same on Saturday. I got a couple hours later, I got a response. I was shocked. They told me, yeah, every once in a while in these Pop Toss machines, you do need to replace the springs to keep it up functioning properly, and we're gonna mail you out two springs with it because this is absolutely warranted for a lifetime. If you have a problem, tell us about it. We will help you fix it. We will get those springs in the mail for you as soon as possible. I thought, cool, hey, that's cool. They'll send them out to me sometime in the coming week. And a few hours later, that same Saturday, I got an email with a shipping notification that told me they had already shipped out those two springs. So they took the time not only to respond to my email about the Pop Toss and the problem on a Saturday, they actually shipped out the springs to me that same Saturday. And I think it's important for you to know I'm not affiliated whatsoever with Pop Toss. I have 12 subscribers. They don't know who I am. In fact, my wife bought this for me as an anniversary gift. So it's her name that actually purchased this. But when I told them I have a Pop Toss, I have a problem, they didn't ask for me a proof of purchase. They didn't ask for a warranty card or a warranty number. They said, what part do you need? And let's get it to you immediately. And if you have any more problems in the future, call, tell us, text us, send us that email and we will help you fix your problem. And I believe them because they did it for me this time. And so long as they're in business, they're going to continue that service. And they're not a big company. You're not going to see them advertised everywhere. The way that they're going to stay in business is people like me having the experiences that I have, telling people like you who are looking for a product to help you with your batting practice, and you going out and buying it. Now, I am not telling you to go out and buy this product. That is totally up to you. It may not fit what you need. You may be like, hey, for $160, I am not going to buy a product that I also need to buy a bucket to put in front of it, that I need to modify with a board and put a brick on behind it. That's way too much. I'll wait for a better product to come out, and that's your prerogative. But if you think this will work for you, you got a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of patience, and you're capable of reading instructions and following along, I recommend it. It has absolutely been vital in helping me become a better hitter in the last 8 months. So with that said, I want to thank you for tuning in and watching the video. I hope you come back for the next video where I take the Pop Toss machine apart, give you some tips on the maintenance, and show you how to replace that spring. In the meantime, peace.